Most people fall off when they miss, not because they quit, it's because they don't know how to respond to missing a day, missing an opportunity. And successful people have a tendency to um, have a tendency to have a mindset to jumping from failure to failure to failure without losing any enthusiasm. Well, yesterday I didn't post my walk and talk video of my day 70 of the day 75 hard, but not because I didn't do the work. I did the work. I actually went on a walk and talk, and my wife and I had a good some QT time, which was actually cool and needed. And we were so locked in. It was just well needed. Well, which is interesting about that is I learned a lesson about life, and the lesson that I learned is that sometimes some of the things that happens in the dark are the most powerful things and the most uh, 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 imperative, important seeds of growth that people don't see in the light. So it's kind of like when you have a new seed, everything starts from a seed, right? With that being said, everything starts from a seed, and considering everything starts with a seed, what happens when you plant a seed? Well, the first thing that happens is you bury the seed. So you have to bury the seed, right? So it's in the dark, and nobody sees the seed. Nobody sees what's in the seed. They don't see the potential of the seed until you continue to water it, um, nurture it, build it, and eventually, over time, the seed has a manifestation. Well, um, that's a great example of can you be patient enough to grow in the dark when nobody's watching you to become what when the stage actually happens, you're okay with the stage because you failed first. You fail your way through long enough to be able to stand up on the stage and recognize failure and accept failure, and not as failure as something that you can't come back from, but an opportunity to find a lesson, the blessing, and the opportunities from them, and to learn from them. And that's what this is about. So, yesterday was day 13, and I didn't make my video. If you're just joining, I didn't make my live video yesterday, but it's not because I didn't do the work. I still did the work, and it's not. Sometimes some people feel like they have to prove something for people, to people, like by showing up online. Um, by showing up online. No, you didn't miss it. We got it going right now. How you doing? Um, but some people have to prove themselves, especially in this digital world. You have to prove your authority by showing up online, all those things. But sometimes the best kept secrets, the best opportunities are what you're doing in the dark because it's an internal growth as well. You have to grow internally more than you have to grow externally. And when you're building something, you got to stay in the game long enough so you can become the version of yourself that can start when the work start working on you. A lot of times you're working on something so long and then you don't see the results, people quit. So when you do fail or you do fall short or you miss a target in life or in business, if you get knocked down or with some resistance in your sales calls or your business and sales, and you got a lot of rejections, you get rejected. A lot of people frame that as failures, but it's not how. It's more about how do you respond to that. See, most people react versus responding. And there's a difference between reacting and responding. Let me clarify the difference. When you are reacting, you're out of control, you know. But when you respond with you're in control. And there's some things that you can control and there's things that you can't. And here's the thing about that is what you want to focus on is the controllables. You want to focus on the things that you can control. You want to focus on the things that are within your wheelhouse. Remember, we talked about those blinders, staying locked in on purpose. Stay locked in on purpose for your purpose and fulfill your purpose. Everything outside of this is not in your lane. And, and if you do have to make a turn, it's like this. It's like this. It's like this. This is how you avoid the distractions that's trying to pull you from your desires. So, this is for the disciplined few. Some words of inspiration for you is take each step. Take each step as a small win. Why? Because small wins make the greatest impacts. And even when you fall short, respond with courage and enthusiasm. There's a quote that says, uh, success is being able to go from failure to failure to failure without losing enthusiasm, without losing the ability to stay positive about your vision, your goals, and your desires. So that's what I want to share with you today. Now, with that being said, today's day 14. Day 14 of 75. Uh, Yesterday also was a very, very difficult day for me. So to give you also some feedback of that day 13, it was difficult. Barely made it through, but I pushed through. And remember, feelings are indicators. They're not our motivators. We find how we feel, and this is something I want to share with you um, that I used to use a long time ago. Was one of my secret hacks to keep me pushing and motivated and pulling through hard things. And I used to call it my blue box, right? And my blue box would be, it wasn't necessarily blue, but I called it my blue box because I was like, anytime I'm feeling blue, sad, depressed, or what have you, if that's a thing for me, right? I try not to use those words because, um, you know, you are what you speak, right? Your words are the reality that you speak of yourself. But when I'm feeling blue, that's why I call it the blue box. When I'm feeling blue, I had some tools that I would go to that would help me feel better. It makes me think about positive things. And those were like cool movies, funny movies, games, thoughts, and small wins that I've had in the past where I overcame something and I would like, instead of dwelling on the negative things that's going on right now or that I may have just recently experienced, instead of dwelling there, I go tap into my blue box and I go pull a thought. I go pull an experience. I go pull an emotion of grace, happiness, joy, winning, opportunities, all of those things that allow me to feel better about myself, feel better about, my wins. When I take an L, I'm able to keep those emotions high. And like I said, it's called my blue box. So what I want you to do is if you're ever experiencing, like when you experience tough times, challenging times, I want you to set aside some time and create you a blue box. And you go grab one of those thoughts when you won, when you overcame something hard that you didn't think you could ever do, when you helped somebody else, when you was happy. And I want you to tap into that thought, tap into those emotions, as if you were in it right now. I want you to become that person. Like, believe and feel it. And when you're going through your troubles right now, you get to actually experience those same feelings and those same emotions today. And that's a tool that you can use anytime you're feeling not your best or you're feeling like things aren't working out. Now, use that tool until um, you rediscover your new wins or your new joy or the new opportunities that you're working towards. So stay locked in, stay focused, continue to do hard things because um, we can do hard things. We can do hard things. By the way, uh, let's see. Oh, there we go. And the last thing I'll mention is when things get hard, if you miss, Michael Jordan he used to talk about, uh, um, he had his quote, I remember hearing him say, he never think about a shot. He never miss a shot that he don't take. So you gotta keep taking your shots. And when you miss a shot, he said when he misses a shot, he doesn't think about that no more because every opportunity he get it to take another shot is a 50-50 chance that he can make it, 50-50% chance that he can miss it. But you get what you focus on. So the takeaway I want you to have is to shoot your shot. Stay focused on the goal. Put your blinders on. And when you fall short, just keep working because the things that you're working towards is working on you. Keep working it because small wins make the greatest impacts. And it's not how you react to when you fall short. It's not about you reacting to when things aren't going right. It's how you respond. Pick your pick your things back up, pick everything back up, pick up the failures and find the fulfillment in it, refine it, and get back at it and keep winning. Focus on the wins and focus on the people you're serving. Peace and love. I'll see you tomorrow.